Episode 8 of Sounan Desu Ka came out the other day, and I just watched it, and it's actually a pretty good episode. Not because they found a hot spring and got in it, but naked. But the series is now, they haven't got someone there. So they didn't find anyone. It was just the hot spring making the smoke and not someone else making the smoke signal. So this episode really was the hot spring. It was just, you see all four of the girls butt naked in the hot spring. Any of you ecchi fans out there, this episode is definitely for you. Definitely for you. But yeah, straight after that, as they got in the hot spring, the hot spring began to get cooler, or began to get steeper, or yeah. And the reason for that was there was a huge wave coming towards them, and it came towards them and washed them out to sea. Well, so they were naked, but they swam back, and Miraie was explaining why it happened, or how could it have happened, and stuff like that. And then after that, it started. They went to go get a rope the next day. Miraie found a crater between two islands of the walls, and there was water in it, and there was a rope at the bottom that they could use to rebuild the shelter, or anything else really. And the way Miraie figured out if the water was deep enough was really smart. Is basically a stone or a rock, a 10-pound stone or a rock, something like that, with a vine on the top. So if you put the rock in the water, it'll go to the bottom and the vine will go up towards the top of the water. And Miraie figured out that if she chucked it in the water and the vine didn't show up at the top of the water, it's deep enough for her to jump in it. So that was really smart to do. So she jumps in, she gets the rope, she wraps it around her body, and now she's in the crater without getting out of the crater. But the way she did this was she remembered a thing her dad said, which was if there's always a narrow space between two sides of the crater, there's always a narrow space. And the way she gets out is by placing her back on one side of the wall and then putting her feet against the other side of the wall and just climbing up until she gets up to the top, which is pretty smart, which I knew before about doing that. But yeah, that was pretty smart as well. And after that, a storm came, and this was probably the funniest part of the episode. So we got Asuka. As it was taking it down with rain, they were under the shelter, but they were still getting wet. So Asuka just thought, well, seeing as I'm wet, I might as well just go to the ocean and obviously find some food or something like that. So she goes into the ocean, and as she gets halfway through into the ocean, a storm happens and lightning strikes the water. It shocks her body, and she just falls, like, face plants onto the water. And Mutsu and Shion made shocked faces. It went all black and white, and just goes, she's dead. Like, she's dead. And then the storm happens, like the noise of the lightning or the thunder happens a couple seconds later, and they scream. Apart from Miraie, obviously, because she's the one that's not scared of anything. So that happens, and after that, she does it again when the storm clears up, and she gets shot by a jellyfish. So, and the same thing happened to Shion and Mitsu say she's dead again, and that was pretty funny. And then Himari has to clear up the electric shocks with water on her bottom. So yeah, that was pretty much this episode. Where I could see it going from now, I'm not too sure. Probably just finding food or rebuilding the shelter they found in the previous episode, because they've got the rope now, which they can make it into a smaller rope or smaller parts of rope or thread to make the shelter have a roof and stuff like that. So maybe that's their goal, I'm not too sure. And they'll probably also get some food as well. But yeah, if you enjoyed this episode of Sounan Desu Ka, then let me know in the comments. Also, if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, because I really appreciate that. Also subscribe if you do enjoy my channel and my videos, because I really appreciate that as well. We're coming up to 60 subscribers and almost, well, on the road to 100. So yeah, thank you guys for watching.